Hey guys, hope I'm catching you all on a great day, and welcome to another qmoniep build video. This is the Fire and Ice Polarity build. So this build is great if you love causing explosions and wiping enemies off the map. We're going to be using the Crab Talisman and Consumption to cause explosions in one way, and then we're also going to be using the Sword of 8 to switch with our Polarity attack and ignite enemies and cause them to explode that way. So it's just going to be explosion after explosion, guys. Also, we're going to be using two different elements. It kind of came from the idea of running the charm where you get blessings of luck if you inflict chill and blessings of power when you inflict ignite. But went ahead and used the beetle talisman charm. Works out in a totally different way, but better. So basically, some of the benefits of that, when we inflict both elements on the enemy, it's going to cause more damage. We consume both elements separately, so it's going to cause more damage in that way as well. And we don't have to focus so much on secondaries as damage to X enemy and damage to other enemy. Element power will work for both, and we can use some of our other secondary slots for survivability, guys. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the build. Let's take a look at the detailed stat sheets. As you can see, our resistances are 63%. As long as they're over 50, you should be fine, but the higher the better, of course. We want a little bit of crit hit chance because we're going to be using that for one of our augments to get some overhealth. So definitely recommend at least a little bit of that, but most of our secondary perks are going to be going to Polarity attack charge speed and Polarity attack damage. Let's get into the equipment. So I'm using the twin dragons. So this way I'm going to be getting weapon tech whenever I soul shatter an enemy, and also whenever, soul shatter, we're going to be getting Polarity attack charge speed as well. But the thing about it is we're going to be doing that Polarity attack. So when that Polarity attack, if you build up soul shatter with the other weapon and switch to this one, it's going to inflict the element soul shatter. It's just kind of crazy, guys. So you're doing multiple things at once. The idea is to try to get as much buffs as you can with one type of attack, right? So, but also you can use these other weapons. I'll go ahead and post some of those up. So some of them you can get crit hits, give you Polarity attack charge speed. Others you can use Polarity attack inflict ailments at the bottom of some of the weapons that we have. So it's so many variations, but just to say, this is the one I'm using, guys. In the secondaries, I have a soul shatter build up and Polarity attack charge speed. I'm also using the Fire of Hate sword. So basically, when we Polarity attack and switch to this, we're going to be causing explosions by the sword doing the Polarity attack and inflicting that ailment. When we switch back, you go ahead and just consume that. You don't even have to build up your dual blades up all the way, guys. You just get one bar in, do a quick timing attack, and it'll cause the explosion. It's pretty crazy. This is the beetle talisman. So this is key to the explosions with the dual blades. Shout out to Speed Demon. I'll go ahead and post a link to his video. I saw a build he did with the beetle talisman. It kind of was crazy, so it gave me an idea when first I was going to use the charm that gave you the buff for chill, luck if you inflict chill, and power if you inflict fire. So that's where the idea came about, but it definitely works better in this way, guys. Our secondaries we have there are Polarity attack charge speed, weapon tech charge speed, and crit hit chance. All right, Pendant of Levis is our amulet, of course, for consumption damage. We have some crit hit chance on the secondary, resistances to all. So I'm using this Vitality one because it's more focused on resistances and survivability, trying to be universal for everyone, but you don't necessarily need this. I'll put a picture up of another one. If you have a might one, you can use the Polarity attack charge speed and Polarity attack damage to boost that up, guys. All right, we of course using the Heavenly Reversal for the ring to go ahead and do our consumption. Secondaries there again, a might for Polarity attack damage. Now we're gonna, you guys saw this ring before. It's the Eye of the Dragon. This is what we're gonna use for our survivability. Of course, I want those resistances to all on that one, and I got the cap to all resistances just to kind of raise that up a little bit. I lucked up with ailment on this one, but you don't necessarily need it there. Okay. All right, and our life stone is the Eyes of Elias. I'm gonna be getting some soul shatter build up, so it'll make it kind of easy to soul shatter when we're trying to build up that weapon tech if you ever need it, but not necessarily necessary. But our secondaries there, we have crit hit chance and element power and resistances to all. Okay. All right, and of course we're using the Plague Pendant to go ahead and boost that element power, guys. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and look into the augment tree. So the first might augment we're going to be using is Paradise. So this is going to give us 20% weapon tech charge speed for 10 seconds. It's not the Lion's Talisman, but it gets us by, being that we aren't focused on the Lion Talisman on this build, but it definitely helps. Secondaries there are Polarity attack damage. That's going to be needed. If you get ailment power and Polarity attack damage, that's all the better, guys. But you know, I'll use it twice on here rather than going with something else I didn't need. I'm using the Ruin. This is going to give us 6% Polarity attack charge whenever we soul shatter an enemy. And the secondaries there are polarized bonus damage and Polarity attack damage. Again, I wish I could take that polarized bonus damage off. But by the way, there is another augment. I'll go ahead and put a picture of it that gives you, you know, a bigger boost as far as when you soul shatter an enemy, getting Polarity attack charge speed. You could put that on and take off the presence of mind if you're not so much focused on survivability. However, running dual blades, I recommend trying to get that survivability in. But you know, you could go ahead and swap that out and put the, and I'll put the picture up of the one that gives you the bigger boost to the Polarity attack charge speed. If you're trying to survive, I would go with this. Also, let's see, I'm using Eventide. So basically it's going to give us Polarity attack, inflicts ailments. Now again, if you get those weapons that has Polarity attack, inflict ailments as a, you know, on the primary, at the bottom part of it, you won't need this. But you know, given the weapons I had, I felt like you know, I used the weapons that didn't have that. You know, I went with the soul shatter option, so that's why I went ahead and threw this augment on there. But if you get those, you could take this augment off and use it as something else. All right, the other might augment we're using is Focus. Another reason we need those crit hits, so we can get 62% over health whenever performing crit hits. And of course, we're going to get polarized attack damage, Polarity attack damage as a secondary. Get polarized bonus damage, that works a little. All right, so now we're going to go into our vitality augments. Now let's see, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the presence of mind first. So of course, using this, so we get an extra, you know, percentage to all our resistances. It's not much, but it's enough to get us capped out. So that's the only, you know, goal, is to get us capped out. Secondaries, they have overhealth retention and overhealth gain, so that's good for our survivabilities, again, if you're trying to survive, guys. Also, I'm going to be using Glamour. Now this, you know, as you can see, we're not having a lot of ailment power on some of our augments, so that's why I run Glamour a lot. And I'm using two different ailments because running Glamour is going to help us do extra damage since we have those two ailments, and we're not going to have ailment power in a lot of slots. Also, when you consume, you're consuming twice. You consume it for two ailments. If you consume at the time when you have the fire and the water on there on the enemy, it consumes twice, guys. So you know, that's the reason why we're able to put so much survivability augments on. You know, it works out that way. All right. Secondaries there, we're using fire damage, resistances to all. That physical resistance is not needed, but you know, we got it. All right, and using Godspeed, this is going to give us 24% weapon tech charge speed for 10 seconds whenever we parry. It's just another way to get our weapon tech up, being that we're not using the Lion's Talisman, guys. All right, and of course we got Fortitude, so it's going to give us some overhealth retention. Secondaries there, we're going to get some more overhealth gain and resistances to all. Okay, now of course our spirit augment is Dauntless. So this is if you have resistance, if all your resistances are above 45%, get 45% Polarity attack charge speed and 90% polarized bonus damage. So that's just going to help us a little bit since we're using the Polarity attack, Polarity build, guys. Secondaries we have are ailment power and vitality to go ahead and boost up that presence of mind. Takedown damage is not needed, but it's one of those that we got. Not gonna lie, Sanctum looks pretty creepy back there. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the skill tree. You definitely want to go ahead and fill up the Polarity attacks, because you want that charge speed up, you know, to level 5, because it's definitely one of the slowest charging abilities you have. So everything you could put into that charge speed, I'd recommend. Other than that, you definitely want timing attacks. You could put it to the at least level 2. If you do the heavy timing attack, it actually, each swing does, you know, consume. It's a little bit sluggish, but it can work. But anyway, yeah, I definitely throw that there. Other than that, I would probably, you know, you could focus on your play style. I would say get your resistances up if you want to survive. But yeah, everything else, you know, kind of depends on your play style. I always have my shields up But yeah, definitely you want to make sure you have that Polarity attack tree up, guys. All right, and there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Definitely go ahead and comment some things you would change. There's a lot of opportunities to make changes with this build, a lot of interchangeable parts, as I mentioned earlier. Definitely have fun with it, guys. And if you do, go ahead and shoot me a comment. Let me know what you did with your build. Let me know how those results are. I want to engage with you guys in the comment section. As always, I do appreciate a like and a subscribe, guys. It definitely helps me out a lot when you guys do that. If you want to see future content, I have more builds coming and different content coming as well. So definitely go ahead and do that if you want to see some more content from me, guys. Again, I do want to thank you guys for giving me your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video and you have a good rest of your day. Thanks.